The era of the immediate chat box response is dead. For years, the industry has been obsessed with model size, parameters, training data, and massive GPU clusters. But the real race to artificial superintelligence isn't happening in the training lab anymore. It's happening in the silence of test-time compute, the moment where models argue with themselves before uttering a single word. You are witnessing an architectural pivot that's turning AI from a glorified autocomplete engine into a logical reasoning agent. If your tech stack doesn't account for this, you're building on foundations that were obsolete 6 months ago. Today, we're unpacking why System 2 thinking is the new benchmark for modern AI deployment and why your team needs to adapt now. To understand this architecture change, we have to look at the brain. Traditional LLMs are System 1 thinkers. They are intuitive, fast, and probabilistic. They see a prompt and instantly predict the next likely token. It's pattern matching at scale. This works perfectly for creative writing or simple summaries, but it fails at high-level logic, complex math, or nuanced engineering tasks because it doesn't pause to verify its own output. Test-time compute is the System 2 upgrade. It's the intentional expenditure of processing power during the inference phase. Instead of a linear output, the model generates internal reasoning tokens. It sketches on a hidden scratch pad, critiques its own logic, compares alternative hypotheses, and backtracks if it hits a logical dead end. It's the fundamental difference between a student blurting out a guess and a mathematician rigorously solving a proof. Why does this matter for your deployment architecture? Because compute is no longer a fixed cost per query. In a System 2 architecture, compute is a budgetable resource. For architecture teams, this is a massive paradigm shift. We are moving toward configurable reasoning toggles. Imagine an API call where you set a specific reasoning budget. For a simple email summary, the model uses a low compute budget. It stays in System 1 mode. But for a complex legal analysis or mission-critical code refactoring, you ramp up the compute, allowing the model to search deeper, run more verification branches, and iterate on its own drafts before the final output even reaches the user interface. This is exactly why hardware giants like NVIDIA and Cerebras are shifting their focus. They are building inference engines optimized not for just raw token throughput, but for high-density, multi-step logical search. If you're still optimizing for the old way, your latency costs are going to balloon. If you optimize for the new way, you're building for long-term efficiency. So how do you actually integrate this into your production pipeline? Stop viewing AI as a static request-response box. Start viewing it as a dynamic inference pipeline. First, implement dynamic routing. Build a light classifier that detects query complexity before hitting the heavy model. Simple question. Route it to a fast, cheap, smaller model. Complex, multi-step logic. Escalate to a reasoning heavy model with a higher test time compute budget. Second, build in verification loops. Force the model to generate 3 possible reasoning paths. Use a secondary verifier or a reward function to pick the most logical path before the user sees the first token. Third, treat your inference compute like professional memory management. You wouldn't load a 100 gigabyte dataset for a simple Hello World app, so stop wasting expensive tokens on complex reasoning chains for simple greetings. Manage your compute budget by the actual complexity of the task, not just the raw capability of the model. Finally, consider the human element in this. This shift requires a change in mindset from model first to process first. You are no longer just picking a model. You are engineering the way a model thinks. The companies that win in the next 18 months won't be the ones with the largest pre-trained weights. They'll be the ones who master the orchestration of compute at inference time. The silence before the answer is where the real intelligence now lives. Are you building your infrastructure to control that silence? Or are you just waiting for the model to finish speaking? It's time to move past the hype of AI everywhere and start getting serious about AI architecture. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, you need to look at your inference logs today and ask, is my model actually reasoning or is it just guessing? Let's talk about your deployment stack in the comments. Are you seeing this shift in your own workflows yet? Thanks for watching.